Wet for our finalists in the Open Women's Surf Race. Calling the action for you is Guy Andrews and John Harker.
Yes, 40 starters. They've made their way through the semi-finals to this position. And 4 of them are from the Northcliffe Club, so they'll give a big side of themselves. You'll see plenty of those maroon stars. And away we go. Now, there's an interesting decision being taken by some, and that is to head directly south. Guy Andrews, what do you think?
Well, it's kind of hard to pick at the moment. There's a couple have gone actually north, and some have dropped to the back and gone to the south. So we're yet to see what's going to happen out the back.
Now, the reason for that is they'll be figuring that this sweep, that as you look at it, is running from left to right on your screen. The sweep that's going across this way. They figure by heading out that way, they're going to wind up on the can, on the turning can. So they're expecting to be taken north, and well, it'll be interesting to see whether that's what happens, because a couple of them have put themselves 10 and 15 metres behind the rest of the field to go down that way.
I think it's a pretty good idea, but what will happen is if you do get a set of waves coming in and holding you up, and the volume of water has to go somewhere, so it goes from south to north here. As you look out to sea, it moves to the left. So if the set doesn't come, you may lose the advantage.
Let's have a look at the starters in this event, the Open Women's Surf Race Championship of Australia. Natalie Marshall, of course, a Victorian champion, would give herself a real chance. Smith and Sheedy, great iron women in their own rights as well. Over the page, Crystalie Ogilvie, a wonderful swimmer, and of course won this event here last year. And we've got a couple of former champions, in fact. Jennifer Parry will give a great side of herself. Nicole Moffat, the Queensland Ironwoman champion. Kate McClelland's won it before as well. Kate Krilovich won here 2 years back. Kylie Brazier from Alexandra Headland, she's good in these conditions. Christy Cameron, we'll see more of her a little bit later on. Naomi Flood, wonderful swimmer, and she'll be desperate to make up for not making the Ironwoman final. Amanda White, of course, was part of that gold medal winning team yesterday for Terrigal in the Taplin relay. So a number of chances, and as we make our way out, it looks like Bannon is in front from Krilovich and McClelland. So they appear to be the top 3 as we're looking at them, although having a look at that shot, maybe Kate McClelland's out in front.
A lot of the guys, they really are getting swept to the north, and whoever is allowed for that rip, like you said before, John, will obviously take an advantage with as they approach the cans.
Just looking at that cap, that's Sarah Windsor, who's made her way out front. So she's doing a good job as well. So Windsor has been able to steal a bit of a march from the field from McClelland, Krilovich and Bannon.
And there's a cap we haven't seen up there before, Majimba.
She's probably the only competitor to make a final from the club.
I imagine I've never seen that cap out there before, so that's great. Obviously, a very strong swimmer. You can see her style there, moving through the water very well. Just about to approach the first turning marker. One of the 4 Northcliffe
competitors has just swum into second place. We'll see whether Jimmy Walker out in that ski can pick them up for us, Jimmy.
Yeah, I can see Christy Cameron's leading out for the Northcliffe Brigade. But when you come in, John, what's going to be interesting, how far north some of these girls are going to go, because the waves are pushing predominantly from the south to the north, but they're not going to be lined up right on the finish flag. So it's going to be interesting to see the tack that these girls take on the way home, given that the swell is pushing that far north, whether they'll want to do it. But they're definitely all bunched together. There's nothing much separating all of them. And I would say, Ethan, you could be back in 6th or 7th spot at this stage and still take the gold medal. So as they round the cans, they'll swim back in. Now, the waves are breaking in between the swimming cans. They're going to turn around now, and the set of swimming cans in a little closer, the odd sets, and they're full enough that they could nearly carry them all the way in.
So just looking through them there, Jimmy, on screen as they make their way across the back of the cans, we've got Windsor that we know about. That's Cameron in second place. White from Terrigal in third. Sharkey, I think, of course, won the double at the New South Wales Championships, is just on their heels.
Amanda White's having a great weekend. She's swimming fantastically. I think she was the under-19 champion last year, but she'll be coming home strong in this one. As you can see, when you look out to sea, the girls have really got to push a long way to the right to make the finishing line. But the waves are breaking down on the right, but the sweep is pushing them in the wrong direction. So as Jimmy was saying, it's going to be interesting to see just what they do.
That City of Perth cap that we could see a moment ago too is Marriott from City of Perth, so she's having a great race. Jimmy, back into this wave area.
We are very close to the girls. I've just turned around to have a look. There's nothing coming, which will mean that the girls up the back, who are in about even 10th position, now could swim into the wave area where the girls in front might swim into some, dead water and have to possibly get a broken wave. Now, we've seen Dane and Kai Hurst pick it up. Christy Cameron's still sitting in second spot. I'd be interested to see how many girls could pick up a broken wave. So we could see some back markers come through, although there's a wave, just a bit of a swell coming to me now. No, it won't be enough. I thought it was going to break.
Okay, so they look like they may wind up in that sort of no man's land area, these leaders.
John, Sarah Windsor is really, she's held onto this lead. She got in front and she hasn't let it go. The girls are right there, but she's still holding onto it.
It is pretty heartbreaking too when you've done that, if you do look over your shoulder to find somebody else grabbing a wave from behind you. The City of Perth cap not far away either. That's Marriott from City of Perth, Windsor just out in front. White from Terrigal's there as well.
We saw this all day yesterday. We're coming into this no man's land area where if you don't get a wave out the back that takes you across that deeper water section, you can risk the rest of the field coming over the top of you. And this could well happen here. All the girls are just about into this lull area at the moment. Some of the back markers may be lucky enough to pick up a swell. We can't see anything on the horizon.
So that's Windsor. Just to her right was a Northcliffe cap, which is Cameron. And just behind them is Marriott of City of Perth, and a wave is beginning to come. Now, they're not going to be able to pull down this, but they will get a little bit of a lift out of it. And there is another one behind them. Jimmy Walker's just gone over the top of that where it's broken. But this could well pick up a number of these competitors. Here we go.
It's a really difficult little shore break. These girls have made it all the way into this actual inside break. It's a very dumpy, heavy wave break. And
but look at it out the back of the top of the screen. Two competitors that were probably sitting in at least in 20th or 25th spot have picked up that wave.
See, this competitor in the middle of the screen has actually got this wave right through. If she can keep her head down now in this critical moment, she's just off the back of that wave.
Well, can you believe that? It could well be Warlock from Pirates. No, it's not, is it? Surely.
South African.
We'll have to try and pick up that. It could be the South African champion, Jenna Warlock from Pirates. But I think more than likely that looked like an Anglesey cap. And I would say that's Nantali Marshall. But there's a number of them are about to get up and run anyway. The Terrigal cap's up and running. That's White. She's going to dive back down on this break.
It's all up to the wade now. They've got to get the legs up and over. I think it's Amanda White.
Yes, it is. Amanda White's going to take it out. She's
what a great swim. She has had a fantastic weekend.
And just looking over her shoulder,
so Cameron chasing it down there for the placing for second place.
Cameron is second indeed. A good job from her. The early leaders finished in about 5th position. There's Nantali Marshall finishing now. She gave herself a real chance, but it's White from Cameron and then Marriott.
Amanda White has had a fantastic weekend, as we were saying. She's swimming very well. She's surfed very well. She's obviously got the combination down pat there. Kirsty Cameron's looking very good for the Iron Woman final.
And Jacinta Marriott of City of Perth did take out that bronze medal.